Hey, what is up guys? It is your boy Speed here, and today we're going to be taking another look at your replays for Guess the Rank. If you guys don't know what the series is, it's where I look at the games you guys submit to the YouTube community tab. Yes, I'll say it again, the YouTube community tab. If you can't find it, just Google how to find it. But yeah, I'm going to look at your games, I load into your replay without looking at the rank, and then I try to guess your rank based on how well or not well you perform. But yeah, if you guys are excited for this video and you like Guess the Rank, comment down below that you like Guess the Rank, like the video, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Alright, so let's get into it. Our first person that we're going to be taking a look at is Anna. Wow, a TI winner. Pretty sure you're like rank 50 or something like that. I mean, I guess we'll have to see. Starting items, I would say mildly reasonable. Okay, I like your trading at the rune. I would love to see you attack move. You're not attack moving at all. You haven't took a single step. You haven't moved. Now you might be saying, Speed, does he have to move here? Yeah, I would say so. Because how I see this is an incredibly favorable trade. You know, you're starting off in a situation where this guy's half HP, you're both full HP. There's basically no way you can lose this trade. Earth Spirit does very little. Pango, even at level 1, is a very underwhelming hero, especially compared to Troll and the likes of Mirana. And therefore, I would really love to see you hit, move forward, hit, move forward. You could actually potentially kill him. Considering his swashbuckle, probably not, but either way, then you would be here and you could hit the Earth Spirit the entire time as well. So I don't like the fact that you're standing still. That gives me very, very bad vibes because you could have gotten a lot more damage. And you could have canceled this guy's salve. There you go, boom. You know, a little bit of movement, maybe you could have canceled that salve, and then the whole game is different. Guys, like, think about it. The whole laning stage will be entirely different. You might get a kill because of it. That kill might lead into another kill, and that kill might lead into another kill that leads into another kill, and you get the point, right? So just keep in mind why that's important. Alright, so you're rushing a Wraith Band. Not a huge... I mean, Wraith Bands are pretty reasonable on Troll. I do think it's a good lane to buy a stick, potentially, but I can get behind this Wraith Band. I think it's alright. Let's not focus too much on that, but alright. Let's look at your laning stage. We're going to look at the laning stage for about a minute, and then we'll look at his mid-game fights probably for about 2 to 3 minutes. But alright, range creep. First things first, you did not secure it. Just a lack of focus, really. You gotta range access this range creep. There's nothing else for me to say. You kind of just lose focus, and thankfully it doesn't get denied. Oh, this is definitely low Omar. I hate to say it, but like literally just based on that, you can kind of tell. Okay, well, Pango secured the range creep, which is good. Okay, decent attack moving. Okay, now you're not. All right. I feel like if you learn how to... Like, I hate that I'm harping on it so much, but at the same time, like, it actually just makes me go insane that you lose so much because you don't know how to attack move. Okay, so for anyone who doesn't know what I'm talking about or doesn't actually do it yet, you need to do it first off. Otherwise, you're destroying your ability to play Dota at a high level. But basically what you do, every time you hit, you need to move. So when you hit, you have a downtime. It's like a cooldown. It's like your auto attack is a 1 second cooldown or whatever it is right now, 1.3 second cooldown. And in between that duration, you need to move. Because you need to get closer, right? You want to close the gap so you can get more auto attacks. Or you can do this in the reverse way. For playing Drow and you're getting chased, you can hit, move backwards, right? You can kite backwards as well. It works in both ways. But literally, here, you're going to see he hits, then his character stands still, right? And because of that, you're just really far away. Same thing here. You hit and then you stand still. And literally in Dota, the game makes you like stop. Because it won't chase the opponent until they are out of attack range. Dota won't make you chase someone, you see what I'm saying, unless they're out of attack range, which is why attack moving is so important, and it also is the reason why you lose this kill and the courier and your Mirana dives at a tower. Really crazy stuff, but like, that's Dota, you know? Like, just based on one mechanic, you know, there's other things you could have done better as well, but like that mechanic, literally just based on that mechanic, because your trading is pretty good, your whirling axes are pretty good, but just based on the fact that you literally have not attack moved yet, you lost first blood. Alright, moving on to 30 minutes in. Alright, let's take a look at this team fight. In terms of item build, you got a Battle Fury into Sanjin Yasha with the BKB. Okay, I'm a huge fan of this, except you have no neutral item. It's 30 minutes into the game. I mean... Oh, you must have... Okay, you must have sent one back. Okay. Woo! Dude, I was panicked. I'm like, is this Herald? Like, what? Your items look great, like they're fantastic. The item timings, you have 5 deaths. I don't know what happened there. Considering your laning stage should have been pretty easy, I wouldn't have expected you to die too much in 30 minutes. You likely were fighting a bit too much, which it seems to be the case. You have 14 assists and only 240 CS in 30 minutes. You need to hit a lot more creeps, my man. Playing Troll with Battle Fury, it's very bad for you to have this many deaths, and even just put yourself in a position really to die. I mean, it's just highly unnecessary until you have BKB to really force any fight that is anywhere besides under one of your towers. But alright, fight breaks out, you lead in, okay. I'm okay with you late BKBing here. The Pango is hitting a really good roll, though. Okay, you pop BKB and ulti. I can respect that. Yeah, alright. Whirling axes. Okay. Alright. Clean. Not bad. Good thing you don't have to attack move in your ulti, right? I'm sorry. I'm being... That is a joke, it's a joke. But alright, looks like you're gonna go high ground now. Gotta be a little bit careful. No BKB, no ulti. I'd like to see you guys just retreat. Look for Roshan. I'd love to see, well, now that your Night Stalker's dead and it's not nighttime, I'd love to... Okay, no, don't go back in. No ulti, don't fight. Like, so here, this is where... So, this is gonna be a big point for me, okay? This is gonna gain you a lot of MMR or lose you a lot of MMR. Right here, you have two options. Run to the Mirana, who's like 1 HP, or go hit some jungle creeps and push in the top wave. A good player, like, I think like someone Ancient and above, or Legend and above, actually no, probably like maybe even Divine and above, frankly, would immediately run to top because they'd say, okay, Night Stalker's dead, Mirana's probably dead, my team's not in position, I will simply go farm. So do you go to fight? Okay, good. Good, nice. It's so weird. This is all so weird to me. How do you literally not know how to this is so weird. But hey, I can tell you're a Game Leap sub, which is awesome, because like you have a lot of great mechanics down. You just need to watch a video on attack moving, and you'll gain like 1,000 MMR. Alright, let's look at one more fight. Looks like you're getting to that Abyssal. Okay, he misses Chrono. Oh my god, pausing on him. I can respect that, I can respect that. As long as you're pausing on the enemy and not your teammate, I can respect that. I'd love to see you guys Roche. I mean, surely it's alive, right? Unless I missed something. Oh, is it dead? Yeah, I think so. Wow, this is great. All right. You guys are doing a great job. You're not forcing high ground. You're waiting for Roshan. You farmed up your Abyssal timing, got bounty runes, pushed in the waves. I'd probably give cheese to Night Stalker or OD. Not a huge fan of the backpack cheese. All right, let's see how you... Okay, so right here is a big part of the game where people throw. And the reason why they throw is because they have Aegis and they say, I'm gonna YOLO down high ground, yep. And then they get disarmed and sniper shot and then, and then they're dead. And then, you know, the game is GG. So, what I'm curious to see is whether or not you're gonna overextend. Because most players will overextend here and commit high ground. Like even right there, there's an example. So you might be saying, Speed, if I can't walk up the high ground, what can I do? Well, good thing you're here. I'm here to answer your question. Pop a smoke. Okay, here it is. Push in top wave. All right. Then walk here, pop a smoke. Someone will defend the wave here, jump them, and you can start the fight like that. On top of that, I'd love to see you buy a Blink Dagger against this team comp, just because I think it's very hard for you to position against all these long range or high mobility heroes. So I would like to see a Blink maybe after this Aegis expires. But yeah, this I'm not a huge fan of. I think most players would struggle with this, so I don't blame you too much. But this is like the typical thing, right? You don't start the fight with a pick off, and now you guys get put in this kind of weird spot where, you know, just such a meh fight. To be fair, y'all killed Sniper, but alright, this is gonna be your Aegis. You can swap your cheese in, alright. The good arrow. Oh, you didn't beat Kibi, no! Are you dead? I feel like you're dead. Okay, you have BKB cheese, you're fine. You guys are really far ahead. Alright, not the best way to end the game. End the casual cheese eat, what the? Alright, man, alright, I'm ready to go. I'm gonna say that Anna is... I think he's like low legend, or like, I don't know, can you get to legend without attack moving? Is that a thing? Is that possible? It's so weird. Why? That seemed like, it's just so weird. All right, I don't know. I'm gonna say the one below legend, which is Archon. I'm gonna say Archon 3, and you are Guardian 4. What? Wait, the other people in this rank. What the heck is this? Oh, it's a party MMR game. Are you a Smurf? Oh, you might be. Frick. Dude, you're such a weird Smurf. How are you like really good at farming but can't attack move? My mind is actually just like crumbling, right? I've never seen this before. I've actually never seen this before. How can someone be... like usually when someone like gets to like 3k, 4k, I don't know what this guy is. I think he's probably like 3k-ish. I doubt he's actually Guardian, but like, it's so weird. That's so weird. All right, let's get into the next one. All right, next up on the list, we have Shiina Mashiro. You know I love anime, guys. By the way, who can't wait for the Dota anime? Oh my god, Davian is just so hot. Just, my god. Alright, but yeah, we're going to be looking at Shiina Mashiro on the offlane Viper. First thing I'd say, I don't know, it's a bit of a lot of regen. Funny enough, in the past, I was re-watching some of my videos, and you know, what happened was the meta kind of shifted and a lot of people just didn't catch on. And it's okay to buy a bit of regen, like quite a bit of regen in certain lanes and extremely defensive lanes. Viper is a hero that tends to want to trade a lot, play pretty aggressive, you know, in the later levels. And so having this much regen, while it's not bad, the reason why in the past you needed to start every lane with 6 tangos in the south is because the mid laner would use the courier like 8 times in a row. You guys remember those ages of Dota? Yeah, I remember those ages of Dota. And so you couldn't, right? You couldn't do that. But you know, the thing is, a lot of people don't catch up on the meta, which is why you need a gameleap sub, because I post meta updates and I talk about what's going on, I talk about different builds and things like that all the time. So if you don't have a gameleap sub and you're not watching those videos, you're just gonna fall behind, like this player does with this tangos. Do you have a gameleap sub, Shiina? I don't know. But nonetheless, he wanted me to say what he does right and what he does wrong. The first thing I would say is I'd love for you to just nether toxin the wave. I don't like this execution of it. It doesn't make much sense to me. I don't see why you would do it like this, where typically for nether toxin, you just put it down right away. Once the first creep meets and establishes where the wave is going to be, you just nether toxin the wave, shove it in, and it is what it is. But you kind of like pull aggro, you like right click on the lion, which pulls aggro, and then nether toxin? Only the range creep? I guess it ends up hitting this melee creep, but I don't like this at all, because now you pull aggro, so you have to last hit this creep from here, so you're out of range from this creep and this creep, which is horrible. Does it get denied? It does. That's what I mean. You just like, you know, you can't do that. But you also got first blood, which is good. Oh, why did you just TP bottom? What is this? What is this? Why are you bottom? What the? Why are you bottom? Why are you ganking? What is happening? Why are there 4 heroes bottom? It's a minute into the game. What is happening? What? What is going on? This is horrible. I don't even care that you're getting kills. It's still bad. Why? I don't get this at all. Like, I understand that the concept here is, it's very simple. The concept here is that he doesn't want to lane against Enigma, and they want the Viper against Troll, but honestly, like, Void's fine against Troll, and Viper's not that good against Troll, especially early on, so like, I don't really get why you would do this, just lane here. You know? Like, it's totally fine. I don't get the need for this lane swap, especially considering you put yourself in this weird spot now. I guess technically you could say it worked out, but at the same time, the biggest problem with this is it commits a lot of TPs and a lot of resources, and I don't know, it's just so weird. I don't even know what to say. These nether toxins are horrible, brother! What are you doing? Alright, nah, in all seriousness though, so let's talk about how he needs to fix it. So, like, when you put down nether toxin, you need to put it on things that can't move. Otherwise, don't use it, right? Or if you're getting gone on, that's the other situation. But, you know, like, I don't get why you would nether toxin here. Like, yeah, they're hitting you, but unless this guy has his brain off, this nether toxin isn't really going to do very much. It ends up getting you 1 CS, which I guess is alright, but, you know, you really want to, against Enigma, what I want you to do is I just want you to shove the wave in, and then side pull. Shove the wave in, side pull. Shove the wave in, side pull. And what's really powerful on Viper is when you side pull, you can also drag the creep wave over to here. You can drag, you know, the creeps you want to last it over here as well, and you can nether toxin the large camp with that wave too. So, I would love to see you do that instead of this whole, like, I don't know really what you're doing, actually. I guess you're going to kill Earthshaker, which is okay, but it's a return kill, so not too good. Okay, the stick is fine. I would have preferred to see some mangoes. I think, like, not having... I mean, I know you have Urn and Stick, but I would have liked to see a Clarity or Mango instead of... I guess I was going to say instead of Stick, but yeah, even instead of Stick, only because, like, Enigma doesn't cast too many spells, but okay. Killing the Eidolons a bit. Once again, though, I just don't get why. Why not nether toxin the wave? Like, your CS is so low because you're not pushing in the wave. Like, it just makes life so easy. Like, you're trying to make this game hard for yourself. I don't... Like, these nether toxins just don't do anything. It's an Ebola bear nether toxin. So, honestly, man, if you want my feedback, and I'm gonna try to guess your rank just based on the lane, only because, like, I think it's an interesting thing I don't do a lot. But, you know, even here, it's just, like, everything's just weird. It's like, you weren't paying attention, so you missed the pull, right? I don't think you hit it late. I think you hit it as soon as you could, but at that point, just don't bother going to it and just farm it, right? It's already stacked. You can just farm it up. And what I was saying earlier is that you could do this, right? It's totally fine for you to do this, where you, like, shove the lane and then jungle, but you're not shoving the lane first, which is what makes this very questionable. Like, if you shove the wave and then jungled, you could get so whole bunch of efficiency. It's actually insane how fast you can farm this hero, you know? And then you could hit a earlier level 6 in Enigma and you could kill Enigma. And this is Dota, guys, okay? Like, you have to understand, this is what makes you win a game or not, you know? Like, I want you to see this. If this Shiina Mashiro, my brother, was pushing in the wave, side pulling, then killing the wave, and then killing the camp, and securing CS, securing items, and securing his early level 6, and didn't do that like bizarre TV play, he would have an earlier level 6, and he could potentially solo kill the Enigma. I would say it's very likely, right? Instead, it goes the other way around, because Enigma hits 6. Now, this matchup does stink. Enigma versus Viper is not a good matchup. It's not. But you just didn't use Nether Toxin once correctly. Like, and I just don't know why. Alright, I'm just gonna guess your rank. I'm gonna say that this is, I don't know, I actually think it's pretty high. A lot of you guys might be saying like, oh, this is really low, really low. His movement and like awareness is pretty good, and like the whole lane swapping thing is like a sign of a good player, but it's just like an unnecessary time to do it, because like the lanes aren't even that bad. You know, it's not like unplayable. Like, the reason why you typically want a lane swap is for unplayable lanes, or at the start to catch them off guard, but it wasn't really either of those, in my opinion. But alright, yeah, I'm gonna say high legend. I'm gonna say legend 5. I think he's legend 5. I think this player is better than you know, the Nether Toxins are making him seen. And you are Archon 3. Alright, I guess a little bit high. I give you some credit, but yeah, you gotta work on your spellcasting, you know, like your early laning stage, it's very important on Viper, because you're a very snowbally hero, so if you're not getting those quick items, like that quick urn, quick wraith band, quick wand, whatever you're buying, quick mangoes, raindrops, you know, all these small items, those levels, you know, all the levels, pushing the wave, side pulling, amping your XP. If you do that, then you can crush the lane as Viper, even against a hero like Nigma. So, alright, best of luck, mommy. Last, but certainly not least, we have 2 tangos, please. That's definitely a mid laner name. On the Ember Spirit. Now, I will be honest, I think this is a bit of a hard Ember lane. Also, what was that flame guard, dude? I'm not going to be watching the lane. I've been watching a lot of lanes. I'm going to focus mostly on, actually only on mid and late game teamfights here. But what was that? Sorry, like I just, obviously I open up the replay and then I start the intro and like, what is this flame guard? You obviously know he's going to poof. I know you're securing the range creep, but like, I don't know. I probably would take my W in this lane to avoid poof and secure the range creep, because flame guard is not too good against Meepo. Alright, I also forgot to read the messages, but I'll do it for this one. What could I do to win this game? I feel like I did pretty well and didn't make many mistakes, but still lost in the end. Was my item build bad? Alright, well, let's take a look. The first thing I would say is I'm very anti-Wraith Band. I think it's okay to like just buy the components for last taking a lane, but upgrading it, in my opinion, is pretty mediocre. You know, some attack speed and armor on Ember is pretty meh. You know, sure you do right-click people as this hero early into the game, but I don't know, it's just so meh. I really like Orb of Corrosion. I think that item is absolutely fantastic, considering you put Oov and 3 armor reduction on every single hero you slight, including creeps. So that I find to be very powerful. You did take the talents that I like. I think 8% spell up, in my opinion, is a bit better with the Flame Guard DPS build, but I can get behind this. I think they're both fine. So, all right, jungling up a little bit. So now I just want to see your team smoke. Like, I feel the way you lose this game is your team doesn't smoke, or they get a free Roshan. Well, that's not good. You guys even saw them there, but... Alright, that's why you gotta smoke, you know? You guys could have potentially gotten a pick off, transitioned that into Roche, and then the whole game is different. Ooh, Battlefield. Yeah. I know why, obviously. It's for Meepo, but if I'm going... Like, if I'm going Flame Guard DPS, I'm just gonna buy, like, honestly, if I'm you, I'm just gonna buy Ags. Like, my thought of this fight is, I want to buy an Ags, so I can get on top of the Drought easily, then I can get on top of Disruptor easily, and I can just kind of go from their backline, because how I see this game is they have these, like, psycho DPS cores, and just based on this, like, this guy's, you know, some really greedy medium MMR or low MMR support player who just rushes Ags, which is, like, it's, like, okay, but this guy, does he have defensive items? What the? Maelstrom on Drought? Is that a thing? This guy does have a BKB. So, like, if I was you, what I'd want to do in these fights is I'd want to buy an Ags. I just want to kill off the supports and isolate the Meepo. I don't think it's really your job to just insta-kill the Meepo in the fights. But even with Ags, you know, Ags is fantastic against Meepo. You could even go Shivas to counter out the Meepo as well. Alright, your team gets picked off. And, okay, I'm about to teach you guys the most important lesson in solo queue. Okay? Many people think that they have no control over their teammates. Okay? And I understand. And in a lot of games, in a lot of scenarios, it feels almost impossible. However, especially when your team is ahead, you have the opportunity to group them together. You do. Whether or not you want to admit it and whether or not you want to try to do it or are comfortable doing it, you do. In a lot of scenarios, you do have the capability to say, hey guys, let's group up and smoke and take a team fight when you're ahead. Mainly when you're ahead because people are PMA. Even when you're behind, if you approach it from the right way and you speak with the correct tone and you haven't tilted people beforehand, you can do it. And that will prevent your team from feeding because you can lead them into battle and together. And frankly, being together is like the most important thing in late game Dota, especially in pubs. Realistically, yeah, splitting the map is great and things like that. You have to keep in mind, what you have to keep in mind is people aren't pros. Pros even make mistakes. You have to expect your team to get jumped, especially when the enemy team has Aegis. You know they're going to make a psycho play. But basically what I'm trying to say here is that he could have prevented them from getting Aegis ever this game. And then think about it. It's like living in another dimension where everything is just completely different based on one decision. That's how you should think about Dota. It's like switching dimensions. Literally based on one decision, you can change the outlook of an entire game. And that's true. That's true. That's why it's so hard to become good at Dota or good at anything in life. Because you have to have that mentality and actually execute at that level. And, you know, the split pushing is fine. It's cool. I don't love the TP and vision, but, you know, it's all right. And, oh, okay, thank God. Like Meepo's dead. Also, I didn't really get why you turned on Flame Guard here. It didn't really seem like you were... When did he turn it on? Seems like a very early Flame Guard. I guess I kind of get it in case they jump you, but... I don't know. It's a bit of a waste of Flame Guard. You took the Flame Guard talents and kind of just wasted it, so... Don't love that. Yeah, I don't like the Battle Fury, though. I know I already said that, though. Oh, no, I hate this build so much. So, now, but please, guys, please don't blame this game on items. Like, I know it's like... But Speed, you're saying you don't like the item build. It must be the reason he's losing. Well, I mean, he's not casting remnants. That's the first thing I'd say. I feel like here you don't necessarily need to triple remnant Meepo, but like I'd want you to remnant out. I feel like you're caught in the middle of the team fight with no like right here I'd be panicking. I feel like you're gonna get gusted by Drow. Now I don't know where Drow is. She is in Neverland. All right. Yeah, but I would have been scared of getting gusted there. Okay, dodge glimpse. That's cool. Doesn't really do much there, but it's cool. Yeah, also a big problem about this like Battle Fury build is it makes you like there's like a really and I'll actually end the video here, but there's a big lack of coherence between your item build and your talent build. What I mean by that is, you know, the right click stay in the back Ember build is 15 damage, Searing Chains, Sleight of Fist hero damage, Sleight of Fist charges. However, if you take Flame Guard Absorption and Flame Guard DPS, which I love here, I think it's fantastic against Drow, I think it's incredible against Meepo, I think it's a great game for it. Going Maelstrom into BKB, that's the common build with it. I think that is freaking sick. But then you go Battle Fury Maelstrom, Battle Fury Daedalus, and because of that, you're not really tanky. You don't have Ags, you can't really get to the backline. You know, committing Remnants when you only have 3 and they're super slow is very awkward. Ags kind of prevents that from being the case, where it's like, you know, using 1 of 5 is much better than 1 of 3, right? It's obviously 20% of your Remnants, and you can actually get to the backline and quickly, and the 0.5 seconds or even just the distance that the Ags gives you is a big difference and allows you to choose the right targets and use this Flame Guard talent that you took, right? So, yeah, that's kind of my problem here. I don't... There's a big lack of synergy between those things, and it's not that you can never do this, and there are some heroes that transition like this, where they go magical early and then scale physical later. It is a thing, but I think Ember just scales so well with magical and this Ags and such that it's not really good. Okay. Alright, and I guess I'll end the video. Actually, no, let's look at one more fight. We're already here. Might as well do it. Let's take a look. I'm curious to see, because now they're just out farming you at this point, which is a bit unfortunate. Your team has yet to pop a smoke. You've yet to buy a smoke. Okay, there you go, baby. Yeah! I think you could jump this Meepo. Seems fine with me. Well, you ruined that gank. Now you might be saying, oh my god, Tidehunter noob! Yeah, well, Tidehunter is also maybe a noob, but you start this fight by turning on Flame Guard. You walked in division and then turned on Flame Guard instead of sliding him when he has a Blink Dagger, which is what we like to call Omega Sus in the Among Us world. But alright, yeah, that's going to be all for today's video. I guess we'll end on that note. I just want you to be careful, Emil, like that's his name on YouTube, because when I read this and it's like the last thing you say was my item build bad, I swear to gosh, that every single time I talk to like someone about Dota, about why they lost, when I coach them, whatever it is, you know, whether or not it's 1v1 coaching, Discord chats, anything, it always comes back to items. It's like the only thing people flame from themselves and from others, like 9 out of 10 times, is like dying solo and items. And it's like, what about everything else? Like, you know, what about everything else? Like, these items, I mean, while they're not the best, I mean, the fact that you guys never smoked and you don't slight Meepo so he blinks out and you don't get the pick off. Like, all these things are completely game-changing. You don't get your team together so they just get a free Roche, and, you know, in these fights you keep going on Meepo so you never get on the backline for your team. You know, that's the type of things I'm talking about. It's not necessarily about the obvious mistakes, and getting good at Dota is not, it's not about fixing always the obvious stuff. Sometimes you have to really look deep and listen to what I'm saying and really think about it. But alright, hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one. Oh, I forgot to guess the rank. I don't know, like Legend? I want to say Legend again. I think it's like Legend again. Yeah, I'm going to say Legend 3. Yeah, okay, Legend 3, and you are... Archon 5! Oh, wait, wrong one. Archon 5 still! Okay. Alright, guys, I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one, and peace. And that's all, but remember, before you leave, come on, before you tune out, subscribe to the GameLeap website, where we are going to help you get to the next rank. If you're stuck, click the link down below, and I'm out. Peace.